Hello everyone, good evening. Marinig niyo yung boses ko? Okay lang?
Okay. Ay, chat sila po.
Pwede paki-chat kung kung baka mahina ba or malakas. Kayo? Bale, ang topic natin today, kita niyo screen ko? Okay, nice. So, ang topic natin today is, how do you land, how do you get yung mga mas malaking clients? Since may nakakuha na sa inyo na isa, si Sir Elmar, so ang ituturo ko naman ngayon is paano kayo maka-charge ng higher doon sa mga future ninyo na makukuhang clients. So, ang topic natin is developing ourselves as a leader, manager, and also as a marketer. So, pwede ka leader, pwede ka manager, or pwede ka rin marketer. So, ang i-discuss natin today is meron palang mga techniques na ginagamit ang mga leaders in any industry. Yung mga top employees, top managers, chief executives, meron pala silang mga secret na communication techniques na ginagamit. So, na-learn ko ito when I studied mga trainings under Dan Kennedy. So, si Dan Kennedy pala is the author of the Ultimate Sales Letter. So, ito siya, international selling book na available din siya sa National Bookstore tsaka sa Fully Book. So, Dan Kennedy. And you can apply these communication techniques in your application letters, when you reply to the emails of your clients, when you chat with your clients dito sa Skype. So you can use these secret communication techniques. And it's frequently being used by mga top executives, especially mga business owners. It's also being used by business owners. So I've used these principles years ago, and nung ginamit ko tong mga principles na ito, I received the award na nationwide grand champion ng Ramon Magsaysay Essay Contest. So they gave me a computer and then 50,000. And then I used these techniques again, and in-approach ko yung Department of Labor, and then using those secret communication techniques, they granted our group 500,000. And then 1 year later, I used those communication techniques again, and they awarded us 170,000. So ever since then, I've been using these techniques also in my work online. And because of that, I was able to get mga clients na 40,000 a month, 50,000 a month, 60,000 a month, minsan sabay dalawang clients, ganon. And there was even a time na sa sobrang dami kong clients nakuha, umabot ng 5, tapos puros full-time lahat na client. So yun, lumaki income ko dahil doon. Pero syempre, kung may 5 kang full-time, talagang busy ka niyan. Kasi gina-juggle mo. But I'll just share with you these techniques that I've learned. And shinare ko rin to kay Blessy. Shinare ko rin to kay Ramir. Sir Ramir. Si Sir Ramir pala is one of the graduates. And then today, he now uses these principles, and talagang nag-research siya on his own para mas ma-master niya yung mga principles na ito. And today, si Sir Ramir is earning more than $1,000 every month. Tapos marami pa rin siyang time for himself. Balance pa rin yung work life niya. And then, may time pa siya mag-exercise, maglaag. So the first principle I'll share with you is from Dan Kennedy, talk using words that a 5-year-old can understand. So this is the first principle. Pag kinakausap pala natin yung ating kliyente, dapat ang gamitin natin ng mga words is yung mga simple lang to understand. So avoid using yung technical words. And then kung meron mang case na kailangan mong mag-mention ng technical word, i-explain mo talaga siya in a simple way na that means ano yung meaning ng word. So remember that most ng clients natin from the US, from Australia, most of them are undergraduates because marami talaga sa mga businessmen hindi nag-succeed sa school nila kaya sila nag-start ng business. Although hindi naman lahat, but marami akong naging client na hindi rin nakagraduate. So they stopped schooling and then they started a business. So it's important na when we speak to clients, we avoid sounding yung medyo academic ganit tayo na masyadong matalino. So parang sinisimplehan natin yung pagsasalita natin towards our clients. So the second principle from Dan Kennedy is the importance of benefits versus yung features. So sabi ni Dan Kennedy, if you want to be successful, when you communicate, focus on the benefits. So focus on the benefits, not the features. Focus less on the features. So one example of a feature is I can do social media marketing. That's a feature. I can do search engine optimization. That's a feature. Ang benefit naman, which is more important, I can double your visitors sa iyong website. So yan yung benefit ng search engine optimization. I can increase your Facebook likes from 0 to 2,000 people. So yan ang benefit niya. So whenever we talk now to clients, when we're trying to convince them to hire our services or to convince them na ano yung pros and cons ng why they should choose you, then focus on the benefits. So the third principle is the three-punch technique. Itong three-punch technique naman, it builds on the principle na focus on the benefits, pero you mention 3 benefits. So one example of doing that is save time traveling, first benefit, double your income, second benefit, and spend time with your family. So that's an example of three-punch technique. Another example is save time from having to do technical work. So pwede to sabihin sa clients natin, have a reliable staff. And third benefit, so you can focus on more important business aspects. So ito yung sabihin natin sa clients natin. Why they should hire us is because you can save time. Because I will take care of the technical details. I'm a very reliable staff and you can focus more on your more important business aspects. So this is the three-punch technique. Ang fourth principle ni Dan Kennedy is whenever you write yung mga communication with the client, you draft it 3 times. So yung first draft mo, you write it from the heart. So from the heart siya, bahala na pangit yung grammar, bahala na pangit yung spelling, or merong typographical errors. Basta ilabas mo lang yung gusto mong sabihin sa client. Huwag mo munang isend. And then, once you do your first draft, you write it again. You read again yung email mo or yung application letter mo. Make sure mo na madaling intindihin yung message mo. And then yung third draft naman, doon mo na ayusin. Tatanggalin mo yung mga typographical errors, yung mga missing periods, missing commas. So sabi ni Dan Kennedy, the more important yung communication mo. For example, in my case, in our case ni Blessy, we had a client before na parang bad mood siya parate. Tapos, merong one time na parang i-fire na niya kami. Ganon, kasi bad mood siya parate, ganon. Then, sa lahat siya ganon, sa lahat ng staff niya, bad mood talaga siya. So, nag-message siya sa amin na parang galit siya, ganon. So, we had to write an email. So, yung first draft namin, parang from the heart, sinulat namin lahat ng yung sama ng loob din namin sa clients. And then yun, parang nalabas namin lahat. Parang hindi kami nag-filter ba. Parang talagang honest yung nilagay namin doon. So nagalit din kami sa client, hindi man kami mali, ikaw din may mali ka din, ganun. Pagdating sa second draft, syempre, doon na namin tinanggal yung mga hindi dapat isali. So tinanggal namin, nag-focus kami doon sa positive, then in-explain namin sa client na na parang misunderstanding lang pala yon, hindi pala yon what he thinks it is, ganon. So, misunderstanding lang yon. And then, pagdating sa final, inayos namin ulit. So, gumawa kami ng 3 drafts. And as a result na hindi kami yung bigla-bigla lang na diretso send agad. Because of these 3 drafts, we were able to keep the client until now. So, yan yung example ng 3 drafts. And it's just as simple as, syempre, from the heart. And then second is, klaruhin mo lang ano yung gusto mong i-communicate. And then sa third, syempre, ayusin mo yung mga typographical errors. Okay, so the next principle is the fears, angers, frustrations, dreams, and aspirations. Okay, pag nagkakausap daw tayo sa ating mga clients, i-mention natin ano yung mga fears nila na na-address natin, na nasa-satisfy natin para hindi na sila matakot. Ano yung mga angers nila, yung mga frustrations nila na parang nasusolve natin kasi tayo yung virtual assistant. Ano yung mga dreams and aspirations nila na kaya nating ma-fulfill, matulungan silang ma-fulfill. So, this is important. Fears, angers, frustrations, dreams, and aspirations. So, pwede nyo to ilagay doon sa application letter. So, one example of this is, are you tired of traveling to and from the office? So ito yung frustration, the traveling, nasigig biyahe every day. Or maybe you no longer want to work 9 to 5 job all your life. Do you want to spend more time with your family? So yan yung dream and aspiration. And then, another example niyan sa industry natin as mga virtual workers, virtual assistants is, yung mga painful experiences ng ating clients, pwede natin i-mention. Yung isa sa experience ng maraming clients is, a lot of their online staff have so many other projects or businesses, and because of that, hindi na sila makafocus. So that's a frustration on the side of the client. So once aware ka dyan na frustrated ang client sa ganitong situation, so pwede mo sabihin na you're reliable, I'm focused on only one client, and I provide good service. So, pwede yan siya. And then, another problem ng ating mga clients is lack of communication from the staff. So, pwede mo sabihin sa client na I'm on time, I reply quickly within the day most of the time. And another problem that they have is yung mga staff na biglang mawala. So, you can reassure your clients na even if I'm sick, even if you're sick, you will inform the client and you're communicative. You will take a leave. And hindi mo siya iiwanan na parang nag-wonder siya anong nangyari sa iyo. Another naman is, frustration ng client is yung report ng kanilang mga staff, konti lang, na 1 week na trabaho pero parang 1 hour lang tinrabaho ng staff. So that's another frustration. And you can also share, as you gain experience dito sa online, watch out for those mga nightmare na mga case studies or nightmare na mga stories. Meaning, ano yung mga reklamo na na-experience mo with your clients about his other staff or past staff. So, yun, magagamit mo yung mga true-to-life stories na na-learn mo from your future clients, para yung next mo na client, parang mas madali mo siyang makausap. Okay, so that is the fears, angers, frustrations, dreams, and aspirations. Ang next naman is the 3 T's of training. Okay, so Yes. Nakabalik na ngayon.
Okay.
Anong last ninyo narinig? Putol-putol daw ang audio.
Okay, maglipat
Send na lang ng na recording.
Okay.
Topic class disconnect ka na ng Gambes para mas mabilis.
Malaman naman pag nag-chat sila.
Yung last kay yung mga nightmare stories.
Nightmare stories. So malapit na rin. So dito na tayo sa the 3 T's of training. So itong 3 T's of training, just give your clients a summary. You tell them the details, and then you tell them what you just told them. So bigyan mo ng parang recap at the end. So itong 3 T's of training, there was one time na I was interviewed by a client. Nag-apply ako sa saan ba 'yon? Sa Craigslist. Nag-apply ako sa Craigslist. Nag-reply yung client sa akin na interviewin daw niya ako sa Skype. Pagdating doon sa interview, nakita niya sa resume ko na nakikinig pala ako sa trainings ni Dan Kennedy. And it just so happens na familiar din siya. Sino si Dan Kennedy? Because a lot of the businessmen, kilala nila. Sino yung si Dan Kennedy, si Brian Tracy, si Robert Kiyosaki. Kilala yan sila kasi sikat sila doon. So, tinanong niya ako, can you tell me one principle that you learned? Can you tell me one principle that you learned from Dan Kennedy? So, ito yung sinagot ko na answer. Sabi ko, one principle I learned is first, tell people what you're going to tell them. Give them a summary. Then tell them the details. So give them the very detailed information you want to share to them. And then tell them what you just told them. So give them a recap. Okay, so give them a recap. And because of this, because sinagot ko tong answer na to, sabi nung client, si Scott Baker ang name, sabi niya, okay, I don't need to look at your resume anymore. I don't need to interview you. You're hired on the spot. And he asked me, how much is your salary? Sabi ko, $5 per hour. Okay, so gi-multiply namin, $800. So mga 30 or almost 40 that time. So just because of this one principle na shinare ko sa kanya, na-hire agad ako, nakakuha ako ng malaking client. And the application pala nitong principle na ito is during the interview. Okay, pag meron kang opportunity, i-share mo ito sa client. Itong mga principles na ito. When the client asks you ano yung mga principles na ginagamit mo, ano yung mga strategies, ano yung mga na-learn mo, i-share nyo ito to talk using words that a 5-year-old can understand. And then i-share mo din na focus on the benefits. I-share mo rin na 3 benefits. Mention 3 benefits. I-share mo rin sa client na it's important to write 3 drafts. I-share mo rin na fears, angers, frustration, dreams, and aspirations because each principle is very valuable and parang napoposition ka sa client na you know what you're doing and you understand, you're very clear na ano yung principles na ma-provide mo sa kanila, ano yung services na ma-provide mo sa kanila. And one example of this is the 3 T's of training is ganito. Here are my updates. Hi client, here are my updates. So sa email. I finished task number 1. Task 2 is complete. Task 3 is still working. Task 4 is ongoing. And task 5 is not yet started. So ito yung summary. Pagdating mo sa gitna, doon mo na... Nawala. Putol-putol na naman.
Saan ka nakakabit?
Sa LG.
Kabit ka na lang sa
Okay, lipat mo na ako internet. Okay, okay na?
Yan, okay na. Balik na, sir.
Okay na, sige. Naglipat lang ako ng internet. Okay.
Okay.
So, magbalik pa ako dito or dito na tayo? Sa
Ito
here.
na, sir.
Okay na, sige.
Diyan na.
So, ganito, summary, then syempre yung details, more details. And then yung recap at the end is task 1 to 5 are 70% done. So, ganyan lang kasimple. And I had another client na in-applyan ko nitong principle na to, si Christopher Guerrero from New York. And it just so happened na he is a New York Times bestselling author. So, self-made millionaire siya. And nung first time na in-applyan ko nito na principle, lagyan ko summary, lagyan ko ng details, ilagyan ko ng recap at the end, talagang na-appreciate niya. And because of that, nagstay siya for 3 years with me. Okay, and then after nung 3 years, parang hindi ko na siya naasikaso kasi marami na ako masyadong client. But the point is, if you use this style of communication, talagang special kasi siya. Hindi siya ginagawa ng ibang mga virtual assistant, ng ibang mga worker. So parang special ka. Magiging special ka kung i-apply mo ito. Summary, details, saka recap. Okay. So the next thing is one of the seminars that I attended or the seminars that I watched is the 5-day seminars from Tony Robbins. It's called the Ultimate Business Mastery Seminar. And Tony Robbins, by the way, is a janitor, homeless janitor siya, nakatira siya sa kotse niya. And then he became, because of his hard work, because nag-study siya about success, although hindi siya nakagraduate talaga, he became a self-made billionaire. Okay, from janitor, naging self-made billionaire siya. And then since then, nagaturo na siya ng mga other people paano maging successful in life. And it just so happened na in the 5-day seminar, he invited a billionaire, another billionaire, si Tony Hsieh. And Tony Hsieh is the owner of Zappos. And Zappos, hindi masyado sila sikat sa Philippines, but they are one of the biggest companies in the US selling shoes, mga sapatos. And Tony Hsieh shared one of his principles, why he is very successful. And he said, because when he goes to work, he is very happy. And he shared that there are 3 types of happiness. That's why he's very successful. The first type of happiness is the purpose. So the first type of happiness is the purpose. That's depending on what's your advocacy, or maybe your advocacy is your church, then that's the purpose, something greater than yourself. Now, the second type of happiness is work. You know, we need work. Kung sige lang tayong lakwat siya, sige lang tayong enjoy, parang nakakasawa na parang maghanap rin tayo ng time na sana mag-work na rin tayo, ganun. And then the third type of happiness is rockstar happiness. You're playing games or sports, you're watching TV, nagalaag tayo, nag-travel, so that's the rockstar happiness. And sabi ni Tony Hsieh, the secret to his success is that at the start of the day, he focuses on purpose. Then, pag natapos na niya yung purpose niya for that day, he focuses on work. Then, pag natapos na niya yung work, he focuses on the rockstar happiness. Now, other people daw, sabi ni Tony Hsieh, have it the other way around. They start with the rockstar, wala na silang energy for work, then wala na silang matirang energy for purpose kasi drained na. So, one of the secrets of success of the Tony Hsieh billionaire is first start with your purpose, then proceed to your work, and then go to your rockstar happiness. So yan yung gi-share niya. Another principle from Robert Kiyosaki, and this principle is also in The Science of Getting Rich. Merong book na it's very popular in the US, is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. And this same principle is also in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So, Think and Grow Rich is also very popular in the US na book. And that principle is, if you want to be successful daw, you create 3 piggy banks na doon kayo magsisave. And every day, you put a certain amount, whether that's 1 peso, 10 peso or 100 pesos, every day you put 1 peso in the first bank, which is the investment bank. And then the second bank is the savings. So another peso ilagay ninyo sa savings. And the third is for the charity or the church. So I found it very strange na sabi ni Tony Hsieh, purpose is very important. Then sabi din ni Robert Kiyosaki, yung author ng Rich Dad Poor Dad, na you need to have 3 piggy banks, 1 for investment, 1 for savings, and 1 for charity and church or church. Okay, so eventually, pag marami na yung na-save ninyo, you can now invest that, whether that's a business or negosyo or invest nyo sa, stock or mutual funds. And then yung savings nyo naman, that's for the emergencies, the things that we do not foresee. Nasira yung kotse, nasira yung appliance, or may nagkasakit. And the charity and church, yun yung greater purpose. And when I first learned these principles, I thought to myself, why? Bakit ako magbibigay? Or bakit ako tutulong sa iba? Diba, if I want to be successful, parang baliktad, parang mas maging pobre ako kasi maubos yung pera ko. Imbis na i-save ko, ibibigay ko, maubos pera ko. So, but as I researched other successful people who are also teaching how to be successful, I found na ang rich people pala who do not have a purpose are unhappy. So bakit sila unhappy? And what we did was we interviewed several millionaires that we met personally in Davao City. Okay. 2 of the 4 millionaires, malakas yung kita nila, thriving yung business nila. And all they want is yung success ng business nila is mapasa nila doon sa children nila. Pero here's the problem. Even though successful yung business, ang problem is yung mga anak nila ayaw doon sa business. So that's the problem. Another millionaire we interviewed is mayaman masyado, 3 floors yung bahay, meron pang rooftop doon sa 3rd floor, pero yung mga bata nag-aaway, sinong mag-inherit ng bahay? Hindi man mag-agree yung bata na magsabay-sabay sila doon sa isang house. They have to divide the house. Na parang akin tong bahay, sa iyo yung kotse, ganun. So nag-aaway sila. And then, another millionaire we interviewed, meron siyang brand new car worth 1 million, paid in cash, full na. And then nakatravel na siya all over the world. And nung nag-meet kami, sabi niya, he wanted to commit suicide because he was my close friend. He was my close friend, so he confided in me. He wanted to commit suicide. I'm like, successful ka. Nakagraduate ka sa school, mataas ang grado mo, naka-abroad ka, meron kang kotse na 2nd floor mo na bahay mo, bakit ka mag-suicide? So, another millionaire naman, nag-struggle siya, nag-manage ng wealth. And we remember that person because pagbalik namin doon, na-amaze kami sa kanya, usually kasi malungkot siya palagi. Pero nung time na yon, pagbalik namin, parang napansin namin masaya yung aura niya. And tinanong namin, ma'am, ano yung masaya lagi kayo ngayon? Then nag-share siya, happy siya masyado kasi binenta niya yung kotse na parang bigay na. Sobrang mura na parang bigay na rin. Brand new na Sportage na kotse. Tapos yung kotse, yung gulong ng kotse, yung mamahalin talaga na parang gi-customize. Binenta niya ng 100,000 lang. Masaya masyado yung nakabili. Then sabi niya, ano na yun para makabigay na lang daw siya ng happiness doon sa nakabili. So, another millionaire, actually this is one of my close friends. Nag-school siya doon sa Ateneo nung elementary, then classmate kami sa high school sa Philippine Science. So, wealthy yung family niya before. Pero nagkasakit yung tatay, binenta lahat ng ano nila para ma-cure, but the father was never cured. So, all the wealth was gone. Okay, then yung friend naman niya, friend itong person na to is one millionaire. Parang million talaga yung pera nila sa bank. Ang problem is, parang nawala yung connection. Okay na siguro, okay. So, one millionaire,
Okay lang.
million yung pera sa bank, but namatay yung papa, and I don't know what happened, but parang na-frozen yung bank account. So, the family could not get the money. And in order to get the money, they have to pay the lawyer, but they don't have money to pay the lawyer. So hindi nila ma-unfreeze yung bank account. So the family became poor. Okay. So parang in the course of interviewing mga iba't ibang millionaires here in Davao City, we found out na mahirap pala kahit na marami kang pera. Parang important pala na meron talagang greater purpose. And the richest man in history is based sa studies pala is Solomon. So doon sa writings ni Solomon, even though he had all the wealth in Ecclesiastes, from start of Ecclesiastes to the end of Ecclesiastes, Solomon regretted his life. His wealth is equivalent to trillions today, and kahit idagdag mo daw lahat ng mayayamang tao today in the world, yung mga Fortune 500 companies, mas mayaman pa rin si Solomon. So si Elvis Presley, na-achieve niya lahat, wealth, fame, influence, pero wala siyang purpose. So, died early, drug overdose. Marilyn Monroe, wealth, fame, influence. Yung lead singer ng Korn band, yung medyo modern na band na rock, sabi niya, he's happy on the stage and he's very popular. He has all the wealth he can need. Pero behind the stage, he's very sad, sabi niya. Okay, si Andre Agassi naman, #1 tennis player in the world, pero unhappy siya. So gisabi niya, he was very unhappy, very pressured daw siya to be #1 and to maintain being #1. So he gave up his career in playing tennis and he found his happiness kasi yung pera niya, gumawa siya ng school para doon sa less fortunate. And although konti lang daw yung wealth niya or konti lang yung kinikita niya doon compared sa sa dati niyang career, mas happy daw siya. Okay. So some of the rich people that we interviewed, parang mabibigat ang problem. Ang problems nila is, where will they get the salaries from their staff for next month? They are building the business to pass to their children, but the children hindi interested. Then they are building a big house, pero parang nag-aaway din yung children, hindi mag-agree sino ang mag-inherit. So parang the thing na based on the research that I did from successful people is yung money and materials pala is not the only goal in life. Sabi ni John Maxwell kasi, si John Maxwell pala is the author of the 17 Laws of Teamwork. So he is a pastor and he trains mga leaders, mga CEOs, mga managers, and he trains yung mga supervisors. So he said, one of his principles is servant leadership. And his principle is that we are good stewards. So yung sabi ni John Maxwell is, as stewards, our role is to manage the wealth. Kasi yung wealth daw is, hindi lang yan sa atin. The wealth comes from a higher power. Okay, from God or sa Muslim Allah. So as good stewards, we take care of our family, we take care also of, relatives, and even other people. Okay. So there's even a verse for that, I think in the Bible, lay up for yourselves not treasures, although hindi man to religious, no? It's just, it's a good principle na, it's good to have some comfort in life, pero, it's also good to at the same time share even a little of that. Okay. Okay, and there is another billionaire teacher, and you can research him, you can listen to his seminars in YouTube. So self-made billionaire din siya. Meron siyang in-explain about the greater purpose. Why people who are helping others end up being more successful. And he explained something. Yung tinatawag niya na counterintuitive. Meaning, kung anong sinasabi, ang meaning ng intuitive is yung mind, yung nasa isip natin, yung rational ba, yung rational ability. Yung counter naman is kabaliktaran. So, sabi ni Evan Pagan, there are things in life na our mind will tell us na dapat, sige tayong save, puros na lang save, hindi na mag-give. Pero sabi niya, kung gagawin mo daw yung kabaliktaran, you will succeed more. So, sabi din ni Eben Pagan, because he has friends na millionaires, meron din siyang friends na billionaires, kinumpare niya yung dalawa. Bakit yung iba billionaires? Bakit yung iba millionaires? And yung na-find niya, yun palang mga billionaires, sila yung mga tao na talagang grabe tumulong. Na pag makakita daw sila ng askal na nandyan sa street na galisin, ganun, kunin nila yung aso, paliguan nila, dalhin nila sa bahay, then i-take care nila yung aso. So, the billionaires pala are people who want to help. That's why they became billionaires. So they can help more and more people in need. So here's a couple of examples of people who give 90% of their wealth to the needy. Pero ano sila? Billionaires, millionaires. 99% of his wealth. Billionaire, si Manoj Bajwa. So kung i-search nyo to sa YouTube, makikita nyo doon yung may video siya saan napupunta yung mga investments niya para tumulong sa ibang tao. Si RG Latornu, 90% charity. Si Colgate, yung gumawa ng toothpaste. Facebook naman, Facebook founder, si Mark Zuckerberg, 90% of it also. He gives to mga charitable institutions. And si Bill Gates, si Warren Buffett, a lot of rich people have joined also the Giving Pledge. And what the Giving Pledge means is when they die, lahat ng wealth nila mapunta sa mga charitable na mga institutions. So that's the Giving Pledge. Okay, so anyway, that's the principle about greater purpose. So although medyo mahaba, but I think it's really very important. And syempre, when we do our greater purpose, yun secret lang din. We do not ikalat yung mga kwento about that. It's just something done in secret. And so let's proceed to the next principle from Dan Kennedy. When we ask questions daw from our clients, make sure na ang answer is yes. Okay, avoid asking questions na ang answer is no. And the reason for that is pag sige tayong ask ng yes questions, parang ma-pattern yung client natin na yes, okay, yes, yes. Para yung next question natin na, okay, client, do you want to hire me? Mas likely na i-hire tayo ng ating client. So avoid asking questions where the answer is no. So one example of that is, client, do you want to save time? And finally, focus on the things that you really want to do. So ang sagot ng client sa niya, yes. Or client, do you want me to help you? And speed up the work that you want to finish? Sabi din ng client, yes. So avoid asking questions where the answer is no. So the next question you ask, pag sabi mo, okay client, pwede ka na. Parang nasanay na siya na mag-yes ka parate. So this is actually based on a study in Neuro-Linguistic Programming or NLP. Neuro meaning brain, linguistic meaning language, and programming yung pinapasok natin sa ating mind. So we are programming the brain through language. So ask yes questions. Another principle from NLP or Neuro-Linguistic Programming is give your clients a choice. So example, kung nag-social media yung client nyo, i-hire kayo to promote in Facebook and Twitter. So ngayon, magtatanong yung client, ano yung focusan natin? So bigyan mo siya ng option. Client, we can focus in Facebook or Twitter. Pwede rin tayo sa Instagram. Ganon. So give them a choice and avoid being too yung parang bossy. Tayo yung naging boss. So parang ma-hurt. Meron kasing ibang clients na medyo egoistic. Malakas yung ego nila. So ayaw nila inuutusan sila. So for those types of clients, we give them a choice na client, we can promote in Facebook or we can promote in Twitter. Rather than say na client, we should use Facebook. magalit yung client. Pero minsan, hindi din nila masabi na galit sila. Parang mabad mood lang sila ba. And I see a lot of mga co-workers ko from before na who don't use this principle. Na parang offensive sila sa client. That's why hindi sila tumatagal. Parang a few months lang. So one example is this. We can focus on Facebook first. Then, once we have followers on the Facebook page, then we can start with Twitter. So, ito, choice din to siya. Other words you can use is, I suggest, or maybe we could do this, or in my opinion, I may be wrong, this is where we can go. So that's another way you can give the clients a choice. So gamitin nyo yung or, gamitin nyo yung can, yung may, tsaka yung maybe. Okay. Okay. And then another principle that I suggest you use is the KLT principle. It's the know, like, and trust principle. So kung meron kayong i-mention sa client, make sure na familiar yung client doon. And that is why, actually, let me just show you how I apply this principle. Ito pala yung resume ko. Paano ko in-apply yung principle na yun na know, like, and trust? Dito sa resume ko, I put my skills here, pero hindi yan yung important. And by the way, ito yung resume ko after 8 years. Okay, yung first resume ko talaga, year 1, simple lang masyado. Pero syempre, habang tumatagal, may nalalearn ako. So, nadadagdagan. Siging dagdag, hanggang humaba siya. And dito sa baba, dito ko nilagay yung mga trainings na napanood ko sa YouTube. Okay. And originally, yung first year pa ako online, itong nilagay ko dito, parang 4 lang. So wala pa tong marami. Mga ganito lang kadami. Oh. Delete ko muna. Ganito lang. 4 pa lang. And then over the years, I kept adding to it. I kept watching in YouTube, yung mga training seminars ni Brian Tracy, mga training seminars ni Tony Robbins, mga 1 hour lang, 1 hour seminar, tapos idagdag ko dito. Then another 1 hour seminar, dagdag ko na naman. Then ito, parang mga 2 hours lang siguro tong 17 laws. So every video na natatapos ko every month or every year, parang i-update ko yung resume. And because of this, because nilalagay ko yung mga trainings dito, sobrang sikat kasi itong mga taong to sa US. Sobrang sikat sila doon. So, because of that, pagdating ko sa interview, parang meron kaming similarity doon sa client na kilala niya sino to si Brian Tracy. Then kilala ko din sino to si Brian Tracy. One of my past clients, I'll share with you gaano ka-effective siya. One of my past clients is the owner of blueeagle.org website. And during the interview, during the interview, he saw my resume, konti pa lang nakalagay, parang Brian Tracy pa lang. Brian Tracy, Robert Kiyosaki, yun pa lang. Sabi niya, yeah, I know Brian Tracy, sabi niya. Tapos tinanong niya ako, Oliver, can you share with me ano yung principles ni Brian Tracy? So shinare ko rin, sabi ko, well, the principles of Brian Tracy that I remember, they are every day learn something new, spend 1 hour learning something new in the industry, and then I also learned to keep a daily to-do list. To-do list lang na isulat lang yung to-do list, and then I also learned that, I need to prioritize what is urgent and what is not important. So yun lang, shinare ko lang sa kanya. And by sharing that principle, sabi niya, yeah, I agree. Sabi niya, I keep a to-do list. I also learn every day. I learn something new. And because of that, nag-share na siya. Sige na siyang share. So ako, hindi na ako nagsasalita. Sige na siyang share. Ano yung mga na-learn din niya from Brian Tracy. Nakikinig pala siya ng mga cassette tapes ni Brian Tracy. And because of that, he decided that he would hire me. So, tinanong niya ako magkanong salary ko. Sabi ko, $5 per hour. And then, sabi niya, how much is that? Monthly, full-time? Sabi ko, mga $800. So, sabi niya, Oliver, that's too expensive. Sabi niya, I can't afford that right now, but I'm willing to pay you $700. Sabi niya. So, actually, the reality was, hindi ako nag-expect na papayag siya. Parang nag-bluff lang ako sa kanya na malaki ang gina-charge ko, $5 per hour, and then pumayag siya because he knew that I use that nag-learn ako ng principles from the best. Kasi si Brian Tracy is really one of the best, one of the very successful millionaires in the US. So because of that, inaccept ako ni Dennis, nung client ko, immediately. Nag-start ako agad trabaho sa kanya, and then because I put Brian Tracy here, after 2 weeks, ginawa niya akong project manager sa company niya. Even though yung in-applyan ko originally was just data entry work. Puros lang copy-paste na work, ganun. After 2 weeks, ginawa niya akong manager. And it's very important kasi, personally ako, wala akong background before sa management, sa leadership, sa supervision. Lahat yun natutunan ko kay Brian Tracy. So, pumupunta lang ako sa YouTube. So, ito yung site ni Dennis. Ito si Dennis. So, blueeaglecleaning.com. And client ko si Dennis for 5 years. So, very, talagang tumatagal yung mga clients. Pag-ingatan natin. And another client, one of my recent clients is the owner of WooAssist.com. And syempre, pinakita ko tong resume ko sa kanya. And it just so happened, nabasa din niya to. Tapos, nagulat siya kasi required sa company niya na every week makinig sa mga ganito. So, ito yung website ng client ko. Ito si Nicholas Jones. Current client ko to siya from Australia. And because nakita niya itong trainings ko na nilagay dito, talagang na-appreciate niya kasi yung team pala niya, gina-require niya that they need to learn every day. At least a few minutes. Study Brian Tracy, study John Maxwell, study Dan Kennedy. And pagtingin niya sa resume ko, you've already studied yung mga gi-require ko sa kanila. And yung mga team members kasi niya, parang hesitant mag-study. So talagang na-appreciate niya na, okay, at least ikaw nag-learn talaga. And as a result of that, gi-hire ako ni Nicholas Jones. Ang initial sweldo ko is 40,000. Okay, full-time yan siya. And then, a few weeks later, gi-increase niya yung sweldo ko to 50,000. Okay, because na-appreciate niya. Yung parang nakita niya na sinusunod ko din yung mga principles na nandito. And a month later, gi-increase na naman niya yung sweldo ko. So, in just a few weeks, 2 weeks, from 40,000 naging 50,000, and then in 1 month, from 50,000 naging 60,000, tapos binigyan pa niya ako ng share of the company. Sabi niya, Oliver, I give you 50%. I keep the 50%, you get the 50%, and you will get a salary of 60. Tapos yun, because of these trainings, masasabi ko talaga, it's not by my own hard work. Hard work is good. Pero, parang hard work can take you to a level of, let's say, 20,000, 30,000. Pero if you want to go beyond the bigger earnings, mas maganda to learn from mga millionaires, mga billionaires like this. Brian Tracy is a millionaire. Tony Robbins is a billionaire. Si Brendon Burchard is also a millionaire. So lahat to sila very successful people. And yun, they are people that most of your clients in the US, in the UK, and other countries will be familiar with. So that's actually the purpose of these principles is not only for ourselves, pero para makakuha tayo ng malaking projects with the clients. Kasi usually talaga during the interview, pag ako in-interview ng client, nauubos yung time namin nag-talk about these principles. nag-share siya ng principles niya, ako din nag-share ng ganitong mga principles. And of course, pwede nyo to i-print. Pwede nyo to i-print para during the interview, meron kayong guide, ano yung i-share nyo sa client nyo. Kasi magtatanong man yan siya. Ang clients ninyo, may time na magtatanong sila, ano man tong nilagay mo dito? Kilala man nila to. So, what did you learn? So, that's the time where you share ano yung principles na na-learn ninyo. Like the KLT principle, the know, like, and trust. Ayan. Usually, when I get on the interview, the response ng client sa resume ko is, oh, I see you place here a familiar names like Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins. What did you learn from them? So doon ko na i-share ito. Okay, I learned this principle. I learned the principle of following the experts or doing what the experts do. Ayan. So what I usually do is I go to YouTube, I search yung mga trainings ni Brian Tracy, and then there is a website called savefrom.net. You can save mga YouTube videos. Pwede nyo i-view sa cellphone ninyo na kahit walang internet, pwede nyo i-view sa computer ninyo by using savefrom.net. So madali lang to. Kunin nyo lang yung URL ng YouTube video, tapos ipe-paste nyo dito sa savefrom.net, then mada-download nyo na yung video. So for example, ito yung save from, ito yung YouTube. Pag may gusto kayo na video, kunin nyo lang yung URL, i-copy nyo, right-click copy dito. Okay. Then sa savefrom.net, ipe-paste nyo lang. Okay, i-paste nyo lang dito, then click nyo ito. Mas-save na siya. Yan o, download. Yan. Pipili kayo kung malaki ba or maganda na video o yung hindi, yung medyo malabo pero maliit. So, I have like some collections here. Saan ba yan? Trainings. Yeah, hindi pa nag-sync. But I have some collections here dito sa Google Drive ko ng mga trainings na na-download. Maybe I can send you the link. And by the way, if you're not yet familiar, this is Google Drive. Google Drive is you just go to drive.google.com. This is an important tool pala sa online na trabaho. Kasi dito nilalagay yung mga files natin, yung mga report. So, sa Google Drive, mag-login lang kayo using your Gmail account, and pagdating nyo doon, actually dito tayo sa kabila. So, drive.google.com. Okay, so ito yung Google Drive. Libre siya. And just click here, download dito sa right side. Yan, pwede kayo dito sa personal. So, ida-download nyo lang siya. And once ma-download na, syempre i-install ninyo. And once installed siya, lalabas siya dito sa inyong computer, dito sa left side. Ito man yung Windows Explorer, ito. So, sa Windows Explorer, pwede po mga yung nga video. Yes, sure. Isa-send namin to sa inyo. So, itong sa Google Drive, once na-install na ninyo to, nandito na to sa left side ninyo. And ang itsura ninyo, it's just like any folder. Para lang siyang normal na folder. Pero ang nakaganda sa Google Drive, anything, any file, or any folder na ilalagay nyo dito, automatically, ilalagay din nyo online. So kahit masira yung computer ninyo, you will always have a copy. So pwede nyo i-access sa internet cafe, pwede nyo i-access sa other computers. So pwede nyo rin i-access dito sa browser, sa Firefox or sa Google Chrome. So ito yung example. Andito yung mga files. Ayan o. And I will send you a link papunta dun sa some of the trainings na dinownload ko na. Baka interested kayo. Saan yung Bless? Verbless. Okay, isi-send ko na lang after the meeting. So, some of the videos I recommend that you watch is Brian Tracy, 21 Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires. He did a study of several, I think over 1,000 millionaires and successful people. Then, i-identify niya ano yung mga 21 commonalities between millionaires. So, 1 hour lang to siya, nasa YouTube. Another one is the 21 Secrets of Successful People and Secrets of Successful Businesses. Dan Kennedy, yung Ultimate Sales Letter, nasa YouTube din. Si John Maxwell, 17 Laws of Teamwork. Important kung maging supervisor ka or manager. So si Stephen Covey naman, nasa YouTube din, 7 Laws of Success. Yan. So yung mga principles ni Brian Tracy, I'll give you 3. Very simple lang. Number 1, keep a daily to-do list. Sineshare ko din to sa client during the interview, kaya mabilis akong natatanggap. So sabi ko, client, one thing I learned from Brian Tracy is keep a daily to-do list. Write the 6 things you want to accomplish. So yan. And then I also share during the interview with the client na continuous and never-ending learning or lifelong learning. The top 10% of any industry spend at least 1 hour every day learning something new. And the top 1% of any industry spend at least 3 hours every day learning something new. Another principle ni Brian Tracy is the 4 quadrants. So kung i-divide down natin yung papel into 4, sulatan natin doon sa upper left, urgent and important. Doon sa upper right, not urgent but important. So not urgent pero importante. Sa lower left, sulatan natin ng not important pero urgent. And then sa lower right, hindi urgent, hindi important. So yung tasks daw natin, i-classify natin into 4 types. Urgent and important, not urgent, pero important. Not important, but urgent. And not urgent, not important. So sabi niya, back then, I was listening to the audio from Brian Tracy. And sabi niya, okay, pause this audio recording and answer which one do you think is the area na dapat tutukan daw natin talaga. So I paused the audio and then pinag-isipan ko, sabi ko, ito ang pinaka-important in my mind. Urgent kasi urgent siya, tapos important pag yun. Then pag-play ko ulit ng audio recording, sabi ni Brian Tracy, yeah, I also thought it's the urgent and the important. But what I realized was that the successful people, yung mga millionaires and billionaires, most of their time are focused pala in the not urgent but important. Yung hindi mo kailangan gawin ngayon agad. Kasi yun yung growth, yun yung makipag-partner ka with other people, yung mag-learn new things. Hindi mo man kailangan mag-learn agad today. Pero grabe pala yung impact niya if you learn today, tomorrow you're a better person. So, yun din pala yung the 7th principle ni Stephen Covey, the 7 laws of success. Ang sabi niya, the law of success, number 7 is sharpening the saw. Yung saw, yung gabas, yung lagari. So sabi niya, nag-share siya ng case study nung isang US president, true to life study, na pag pumuputol daw yun siya ng puno, he spends 7 hours cutting the tree, not cutting the tree, 7 hours sharpening yung axe niya or yung lagari niya, and then just 1 hour cutting the tree. Kasi kung habol daw or pag hindi matalim yung lagari mo, hindi mo mapuputol yung puno. So, ito yung the 4 quadrants ni Brian Tracy. And okay, I'll share with you one more principle. And again, the purpose of these principles is para may ma-share kayo sa clients na during the interview. Kasi yun yung ma-i-impress sila at yun yung reason na willing sila magbayad sa inyo ng mas bigger na salary. Pwede kayo mag-charge na $5 per hour, $6 per hour, or higher. So, ang fourth principle ni Brian Tracy is eat the frog. So, yung frog pala, yun yung mga daily tasks natin. And yung story ni Brian Tracy is if you are riding an airplane and then yung airplane nag-crash and then you fell in the middle of a forest. Tapos sa forest na yun, walang pagkain. Walang pagkain. So gutom ka na masyado, then nakakita ka ng dalawang palaka. Yung isang palaka, maliit at maganda. Yung isang palaka naman, malaki at pangit. Na weird siya masyado tingnan, na weird yun siya. So gutom ka na masyado, sabi mo, kain na lang ako ng frog. So sabi ni Brian Tracy, if you want to be successful in life, you have to eat the biggest, ugliest frog first. So the biggest, ugliest frogs are yung mga tasks natin from our clients na parang mahirapan gid tayo or parang ayaw gid natin gawin. So sabi niya, eat yung pinakamahirap mo gid na task. And if pag magawa mo na daw yung pinakamahirap mo na task, everything else becomes easy. So yan yung principle ni Brian Tracy. And another principle ni Brian Tracy is, what if you won 1 million in the lottery? And then, nagpa-check up ka sa doktor mo. If the doctor told you na you only had 6 months left to live, paano mo daw gagamitin yung 1 million mo? Doon mo daw madidiscover ano yung personal purpose mo. If you ask this question, what if 6 months na lang yung life mo? Saan mo gagamitin yung 1 million mo na pera? Magta-travel ka ba sa world? Lilibrehin mo ba yung family mo? Ipapaskwela mo ba yung kapatid mo? So that is your personal purpose. And most people never stop to ask this question, ano talaga yung gusto nila sa buhay nila? So that's why Brian Tracy said na if you want to get somewhere, you have to be very clear. So clarity is very important. Saan mo gusto papunta yung life mo if you want to be successful? So you will discover your personal purpose. Then nagtanong ulit si Brian Tracy, now that you know your personal purpose, what if you want another 1 million? And then there is a condition. You are only allowed to give it away, whether that's church or to charity. What charity or what church, tanong ni Brian Tracy, what charity or what church would you give it to? And this, sabi ni Brian Tracy, is where you will find your greater purpose. Most people are not clear what their greater purpose is. But if you want to be a self-made millionaire daw, you have to be very clear what your greater purpose is and what your personal purpose is. Okay. Sabi din ni Brian Tracy, ito very important principle. Think on paper. So sabi niya, write ano yung goals mo in life, yung mga plano mo, isulat mo daw sa paper, and ano yung mga, ano yung parang bucket list mo? What are the things you want to do before you die? And it turns out na there is a Stanford University study of people na nagasulat ng goals nila. Okay, there is a Stanford University study of people who are writing their goals. And the study was 20 years long. And what they did was yung mga graduates ng Stanford University, gitrack nila anong mangyari after 20 years. And yung gi-interview nila during year 1, tinanong nila, do you have goals? And do you write down your goals? So yung mga nagsagot na wala kaming goals, they earned the average income. So they earned the average, so 1x income. They earned just as much as anyone else. And yung merong goals in their mind, they were the ones that earned 10 times more than those na walang clear goals sa kanilang mind. And they also found na yung nagsulat talaga ng goals every day, talagang sinusulat yung goals every day, meron silang to-do list, meron silang life goals, gina-update nila palagi, they were the ones that earned up to 10 times to 100 times the average person. So doon ako na-convince ni Brian Tracy that every day I need to write all the things na gusto kong ma-accomplish for today, yung this year, anong gusto kong ma-accomplish. And I just like to share with you, ito yung personal ko na to-do list. I really take it very seriously. I just put it in Excel every day. And October 20, Friday, this coming Saturday, ito yung mga to-do list ko. Monday, ito. And then going down, talagang sinusulat ko yung mga to-do list ko every day. And hindi ko magawa lahat, syempre. Pero at least, the effect in me kasi is, napansin ko lang pag nasusulat ko, kahit hindi ko magawa, basta nasulat ko, parang na-clear yung mind ko ba, na hindi ko na kailangan i-remember itong to-do list ko. Okay, so, may nag-chat. Cancel. Ma-ojud na ako ang print. Private lang di ay ni. Ma-ojud daw na iyahang principal. Mahimo jud kang successful, ma'am. Okay, so i-share ko din kay John Maxwell para makasave kayo ng time. Kasi kung i-watch nyo pa yung video, maubos yung time nyo i-watch. So, maganda ito, i-print nyo ito para hindi nyo na kailangan i-watch yung madaming videos. Si John Maxwell naman is a pastor and he trains many leaders, mga CEOs, mga managers, mga supervisors. And yung ano niya is the 17 laws of teamwork. So ang number one principle niya is steward leadership or servant leadership. Sabi niya, there are two types of leaders. The first type of leader, he goes up, naga-increase yung ranko niya, naga-increase yung power and influence niya. And as he goes up, he steps down on other people. Inaapakan niya yung ibang tao. Parang gina-traidor niya, ginapahirapan niya, ganon. Hindi niya gina-treat fairly. So that's the first type of leader. The second type of leader is the steward leader or the servant leader. The servant leader, as he goes up, he brings up the people around him. So hindi niya gina-push down yung other people, gina-pull up niya yung other people para lahat mag-succeed, hindi lang siya. So that is the principle of the steward leadership, principle number 1. Principle number 2 is the law of Mount Everest. So the law of Mount Everest is, ang Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. So sabi ni John Maxwell, if you only want to climb a small hill, yung Chocolate Hills, for example. If you only want to climb yung small na hill, kaya mo yung gawin mag-isa. Pero if you want to climb Mount Everest, you cannot climb Mount Everest alone. And you should not. Kasi what if something happens to you along the way, sinong magtulong sa'yo doon? So you need a team. The larger your goal is, you need a team. Then sabi ni John Maxwell, if he could do it all over again, kung mag-time travel daw siya backwards, what would he do different in his life? He would have worked with a team much sooner. Hindi yung later pa na siya lang palagi ang nagatrabaho, ganon. Nag-form na daw dapat siya agad ng team para ma-accomplish yung big goal. And this principle is very important because if you are promoted, okay, if you are promoted to a supervisor, if you're promoted to a manager or a project manager, you should not try to do things on your own. Kasi minsan pag magaling tayo, syempre magaling tayo gumawa ng trabaho, matempt tayo na lang palagi yung gumagawa ng trabaho kasi yung work natin ang maganda, di ba? So, sabi ni John Maxwell, don't be tempted na ikaw lang palagi ang gumagawa ng trabaho. Kailangan mo yang i-delegate. Kailangan mong mag-form ng team. Kailangan mong i-pass yung trabaho sa iba. Okay. So, the third law is the law of significance. And the law of significance states na it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what your background is, if your purpose is strong enough, you can achieve it. Char daw, char. If the purpose is strong enough daw, you can achieve it. And nagbigay si John Maxwell ng case study. Who invented the first airplane? So sabi ni John Maxwell, the one who invented the first airplane is not an aeronautic, it's not a graduate of some university, it's not a NASA astronaut. The first person to invent an airplane were two people. They were bicycle makers. So humble bicycle makers. They weren't yung sobrang galing na people. They were just making bicycles and they dreamed that they would fly. So they built the first airplane using their knowledge of building bicycles. And he gave another example is there was, I forgot ano yung name nung researcher na yun or na parang hindi siya doktor pero nakita niya na maraming nagkakasakit. And dahil sa ano ba, yung parang bacteria, ganon, sa plague. So, na-force siya mag-invento ng cure. So, hindi siya doktor, hindi siya graduate ng medicine, pero na-force siya mag-invento ng cure. Yun yung ginagamit natin ngayon ng mga vaccines, ginagamit natin ngayon ng mga antibiotics. So, it doesn't matter what your background is, sabi ni John Maxwell. As long as the goal is big enough, you can do it. And number 4 is the law of the bench. So the fourth law in the 17 laws is the law of the bench. And it simply means na, example, in basketball, there are 5 players versus 5 players. Pero, pag tingnan mo yung professional na basketball, merong mga players na nakaupo doon sa bench, yung upuan. And they are there because pag yung magagaling na players na injure, they need someone na magpuli. So, it's very important daw na ang i-train mo, if you are the leader, wag lang i-train mo yung magagaling. It's also very important to train the other members of your team, to let them be exposed to the work doon sa trabaho, na ma-expose din yung ibang members ng team. So, that is the law of the bench. So, mapansin natin na yung principles ni John Maxwell, very simple. Very simple to understand. Hindi siya yung pahirapan ka gani na talaga studyhan mo pa. Hindi. Parang simple lang talaga siya. Be a good servant leader. You need a team. And then you can achieve it even if you don't have the background as long as it's important. And then train your other team members. So very important. This is one of the reasons why wherever I go, even though introvert ako, even though wala talaga akong leadership skills, parang John Maxwell is one of the reasons na medyo na-develop ko yung leadership skills ko over the years. Kasi iniisip ko yung mga principles niya. Paano ko ma-apply sa trabaho. And then, when I share this with the clients, parang parang nag-agree sila sa principle. So, mas confident sila na gawin akong manager, gawin akong supervisor or team leader. Okay. So that's the bulk of the principles. I think the benefit of that is it will save you a lot of time rather than going through a lot of videos. At least na go through nyo yung mga main principles. And ito pa pala. Maganda rin tong principles ni Robert Kiyosaki. Meron siyang book na sinulat. Ang title is yung mga A students, di ba meron tayong rating sa school na A yung magagaling, C yung hindi masyado, B yung mediocre lang. Sabi ni Robert Kiyosaki, A students daw work for C students and B students teach our children. Yun yung sabi niya. If you want to be rich daw, sabi ni Robert Kiyosaki, to be rich and successful, know the 4 cash flow quadrants. So sabi niya, meron daw 4 quadrants. Investor, employed, self-employed, large business, and investor. And sabi ni Robert Kiyosaki, if you want to be successful, from being employed, become self-employed. From self-employed, become a large business. And from a large business, become an investor. Yan ang sabi niya. That's one of his principles dun sa book niya na Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The 4 cash flow quadrants. Employee, self-employed, large business, tsaka mag-invest. And sabi din ni Robert Kiyosaki, when you receive money daw, what do you do with it? So sabi niya, there's 2 types of people. Those who will remain poor, yun yung pag-receive nila ng pera, bili agad sila ng kotse, bili agad sila ng bahay, bili agad sila ng cellphone, ng appliance. Pero yung those who become rich daw, will use the money to start a business or investment. Then the business or investment yun yung pangbili nila ng house, ng car, ng cellphone, tsaka ng appliances. So yan yung principle ni Robert Kiyosaki. Yung first ko narinig to na principle, igo kayo ko kay maugid na akong prinsipyo. So ako, mapobre day ko ani for life. So nag-decide ako na okay, itry ko na lang itong dito. And so far, consistent application, talaga, parang nag-move forward ka talaga. Ayan. And then, yun, invest first or, mag-start ng kahit maliit lang na business para may additional income. And then, yung income mo from the business or the investment, yun na yung pambili mo ng house, ng car, tsaka ng gusto mong appliances. So, it just makes sense to me, although mahirap siya at first for me. Eventually, parang nag-make sense ito sa akin na principle. And then next, sabi ni Robert Kiyosaki is, there are financial assets versus liabilities. Yung financial assets, they generate income. Yung liabilities, they generate expense. Okay. So, if you buy a TV, after 5 years, your 5,000 investment in your TV will be 0. O siguro maprenda mo yan ng 1,000. So it generates expense and it decreases in value. So yan yung mga liabilities. A car, if you buy a car, your car is actually a liability. It's a financial liability. Pero asset siya in the sense na maka-travel ka, maka-move around ka, pero liability siya kasi a brand new car, the moment na i-drive mo yan palabas nung binilhan mo ng kotse, kahit nandyan lang, kahit 5 meters lang away, 10 meters lang away, the value is no longer 100%. From 100% it becomes 75% only. So binili mo ng 1 million, dinrive mo lang palabas, 10 meters, ibenta mo ulit, 750 na lang ang at most na mabenta mo niyan. Then after 5 to 10 years, wala na. 15 years, sirain na. So, junk shop, mabenta mo ng magkano? 50,000. So, it is a liability. Unless yung car, iparenta mo as a taxi, then it starts to generate income. Okay, so assets generate income. So, sabi din ni Robert Kiyosaki, your house is your biggest liability. Because you need to maintain it, you need to repair the roof, you need to repaint, you need to constantly clean your house. Mauubos yung time mo dun sa house. So, your house is your biggest liability. Technically, when you go down to the bank, you write your house in the assets. What are your assets? It's your house, it's your appliances, ganon. Pero, explain ni Robert Kiyosaki, your house is not your asset. Your house is your bank's asset. Because pag nag-loan ka ng pera, pag hindi mo nabayaran, kukunin nila yung bahay mo sa iyo. So, it's not your asset, it is your bank's asset. So, sabi niya, if you want to be rich, accumulate assets, not liabilities. So, turn your car into taxi, although kailangan mo ata ng 5 para maka-franchise ka. Turn your house, iparenta mo yung isang room na hindi ginagamit kung meron man. So, yun yung mag-generate ng passive income. Passive income means income na kahit hindi ka nagtatrabaho, kahit natulog ka, nare-receive mo pa rin yung income mo. So, iparent mo yung house, iparent mo yung kotse mo, or small scale, invest ka in a tricycle franchise, ganun, or motorcycle franchise. So, ganyan. But again, i-weigh mo yung risks, studihan mo yung ano man yung investan mo na business. So, yan yung sinasabi lang ni Robert Kiyosaki. And many of our clients online, ma-appreciate kung i-share natin to sa kanila. Kasi parang mag-agree sila because, they are businessmen. So, alam nila to na principles, and once mapakita mo na ikaw rin, alam mo rin yung principles, ibig sabihin, ma-appreciate nila na, okay, someone understands the client. Someone understands the client na ikaw, naiintindihan mo yung kliyente. Kasi you think like a businessman. So, ma-appreciate nila yan. So, there's even some investments, callfinance.com. Philippines to siya. maka-invest ka sa stocks like PLDT, pwede ka mag-invest sa PLDT, pwede ka mag-invest sa ano. Ang minimum investment nila is 5,000. So there are trainings in YouTube by Aya Laraya, yung Peso and Cents. Nasa TV ito siya. Kalimutan ko lang anong channel. Baka channel, ano ba? ABS siguro or ABC or GMA. Not sure. Basta nasa TV ito siya. Peso and Cents. They teach you how to invest in stocks. And then, okay naman siya kasi may option naman na hindi ikaw yung mag-make ng decision. Sila na mag-invest para sa iyo. Pipiliin nila ano yung mga okay na investments. So, sabi din ni Robert Kiyosaki, when you receive income from work, mag-alat ka agad. Huwag agad gasto. I-alat mo agad yung 10%, 5 to 10%, or kung hindi pa kaya 10%, kahit 1% lang. Put whatever percentage in savings, and put a percentage in investment, and put a percentage in greater purpose. So yan yung sabi ni Robert Kiyosaki. Then sabi din ni Robert Kiyosaki, do not put all your investment in the bank. Kasi maliit lang daw yung yung interest. Parang dati 1%, ngayon ilan na 0.1 na lang, 0.01 ang increase. So sabi niya, mas mabuti daw i-invest mo yan sa mutual funds. Mutual funds meaning hindi ikaw yung magde-decide saan ilalagay. Ibibigay mo lang siya sa call finance, sila na mag-aalat ano yung best decision. And then ang average kasi na pag-increase ng stocks is 10% per year. So yan ang average. And another principle pala is the levels of business. So this is from another author, from another book called Entrepreneurial Myth. Nasa YouTube din to, yung summary nito. And there are 3 levels pala of being a business owner. And it's good to know kasi syempre yung boss natin is a business owner para maintindihan natin sila. Level 1 is worker. Ano ka, owner ka ng business pero ikaw rin nagtatrabaho. Okay, so you are the entrepreneur, you are the owner of the business, but you are also the worker. One example of that is nagtayo ka ng barber shop. Tapos ikaw din ang pumuputol ng buhok. So that is the level 1 entrepreneur. Okay. The level 2 entrepreneur is na-realize mo na pagod ka man pala pag ikaw palagi ang barber, ikaw na nga owner, ikaw pa barber. Ay, buti pa, nagtrabaho ka na lang, hindi ka na lang nag-business. So, na-realize mo yun, so nag-level 2 ka na. Sabi mo, mag-hire ka na lang ng barbers. Ikaw na yung naging manager. So, level 2 is the manager entrepreneur. And the level 3, pag na-realize mo na kapoy man din pala mag-manage, kasi yung mga barbers mo absinot, tsaka sigig away sa sulod, palainom. So, nagsakit ulo mo, sabi mo, mag-hire ka na lang ng parang supervisor. So, dito ka na sa level 3. You hire the manager, naging true entrepreneur ka na. So, yan yung principle of the levels of businesses. And it's very important to know this principle kasi pag ikaw na-promote ka to supervisor or manager, hindi ka na dapat mag-work. Puros ka na mag-manage. Ikaw na mag-hire, ikaw na mag-check ng ano. Yan. Then, yung owner mo, yung client mo, siya na ang maging entrepreneur. Ayan. So, sabi din ni Robert Kiyosaki, kung kaya mo na form a corporation. Form a corporation para ma-protect daw yung mga assets mo, mga personal assets. And then number 9 principle ni Robert Kiyosaki, gumawa tayo ng smart work, hindi lang hard work. Both hard work, trabaho tayo hard, then we also do smart work. So how do we do smart work? Siyempre, study yung from the experts, mga self-made millionaires, studihan natin ano yung mga principles nila, mga self-made billionaires, mga CEOs, mga founders, and nandyan yan sa YouTube lahat because yung mga trainings, Brian Tracy, si Robert Kiyosaki, si Tony Robbins, they will share with you masyadong maraming mga true-to-life case studies of millionaires, self-made billionaires, at ano yung mga principles, paano sila smart work. There is even a book, although I would not recommend following it talaga kasi weird na siya. There's even a book called The 4-Hour Work Week. And yung story niya is, na-achieve niya na 4 hours a week lang siya nag-work. Pero millionaire pa rin siya. So 4 hours a week lang siya nag-work. Once a day lang siya nag-work. Parang every Wednesday lang. Mag-meeting lang siya with the team niya. Then the next week, the next days, hindi na siya mag-work. Next week na naman. So, The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. Yeah, pero wag nyo lang to i-mention sa client ninyo. Kahit alam nyo tong ano na to or i-watch nyo sa YouTube kung curious kayo. Wag nyo lang i-mention sa client kasi baka ma-weirdohan sila na, ay, 4 hours ka lang pala mag-work sa akin. So, anyway. Sabi din ni Robert Kiyosaki, the poor think that money is evil. Sabi niya, the rich use money for the greater good. Yan. And, okay, so yun yung mga principles na cover natin. And I know there was a lot. But that's it. Use those principles when you are on the interview, when you have a chance, or even during future na mga talks with the client. Kahit na-hire na kayo, pwede nyo pa magamit yung mga principles na yon. At saka, pag na-promote kayo to leader or project manager, syempre, pwede nyo nang i-apply yung mga principles na yon. In my case, yung nag-start ako na maging project manager, syempre wala akong background. Parang puros lang, na-learn ko kay Brian Tracy, so parang nangangapa pa ako. Pero, it's still much better na meron kang principles kesa yung zero ka talaga. Mahirap pag wala ka talagang alam. Syempre, hindi ako nag-graduate sa business. Actually, hindi ako graduate. So, yung course ko, hindi pa yun about management. So, wala. Zero talaga ako as a manager. But today, because of these principles, I've handled many projects na ako yung project manager. So, I'm very grateful for these principles. That's why, yun, ginashare ko lang na paano ko na-achieve yung most of my clients, mga management talaga na position ang nakukuha ko. Alright, so here are some tools for project managers and leaders. Number 1 tool is what we call Basecamp. So Basecamp. Punta lang kayo sa basecamp.com and libre gumawa ng account. So pwede nyo agad i-try. The good news about Basecamp is madali lang siya i-learn in the sense na kahit hindi ko ituro sa inyo, mag-login lang kayo doon. Parang i-play around nyo lang. Simple lang talaga siya. But I'll show it to you here. Ito yung pag naka-login na. Ayan. The front page of Basecamp, papipiliin ka anong project yung gusto mong pasukan. So ito yung mga projects ni Bishop. Okay, so for example, dito tayo sa Get It Done, Launch and Development. So i-click natin yan. And yan, once you're inside the project, nandito yung chat area. Parang chat lang, informal chat, hello, good morning, hi team, ganun lang. Nandito yung mga messages. Dito sa chat, parang interactive. Dito sa message, mas mas organized siya. Dito naman yung mga to-do list. Nandito yung mga files. Then ito, hindi masyado namin ginagamit yung schedule. Saka ito, hindi din masyado ginagamit. So, for example, punta tayo sa Campfire. So dito, ta-type nyo lang hello everyone, this is just a test during the training for Get It Done. So ta-type nyo lang and hit enter pag gusto nyo nang isend. So lalabas na siya dito. So that's simple. So balik tayo dito. Okay, so I just hit back. And dito naman tayo sa message board. Dito sa message board, pag meron kang gustong isend doon sa client, let's say si Bishop, click nyo lang itong post message, itong green na button. Post message and write a title. Hi Bishop, here is the work I did today. So dito nyo itatype ano yung trabaho ninyo. Attach nyo yung report. So para lang siyang Microsoft Word, gusto nyo i-bold, italicize, gusto nyo lagyan ng yan, palakihin. And you can attach files. Okay, so just click on this clip icon, attachment icon, and hanapin nyo sa computer nyo ano yung gusto nyo i-attach. Pictures, videos, Word document, or Excel. So, ganun lang kasimple. So, let's say ito, i-attach natin itong notepad file yan. Click nyo lang. And once you're ready, click nyo tong save as draft. Hindi pala. Post this message. Ayan. Click nyo itong blue, post this message. So, automatically, mare-receive ni Bishop, mare-receive din ng other workers na related dito. Pwede rin kayo i-click nyo tong change. Pwede nyo i-ano na kay Bishop lang or sa other team member lang. Ayan. So, that's how simple it is. And then, gusto nyo basahin yung previous updates. Ayan. Click nyo lang yung message at makikita nyo yung updates dito. Ayan. Ayan. So, dito na rin nagre-reply si Bishop. Nagko-comment lang yung clients dito sa baba. Ayan. Ta-type lang sila dito. Pwede ka rin mag-reply. Then, click add this comment. So, Basecamp is very simple. Most of the time, you just need to use the message board and the to-do. Minsan, Campfire. And itong docs and files, hindi masyado ginagamit kasi usually dito sa nandito din yung files eh. Pero pwede rin. Pwede rin kayo pumunta dito kung may hinahanap kayo na file. Ayan. So, dito naman tayo sa to-do list. So, sa to-do list, simple lang. Just click on make another list. So, test to-do list. So, pwede kayo maglagay ng other details. Pwede kayo mag-attach ulit ng files or take a photo. Pwede rin kayo maglagay ng link papunta sa anumang website like YouTube or Google. So, add this list. Okay, so once you've added the new to-do list, pwede na kayo magdagdag ng yung exact. So, create a Gmail account. Siyempre, ang client ang magde-decide ano yung ilalagay niya dito. So, mag-uusap pa kayo sa client anong to-do list mo. So, create a Gmail account, create a Facebook account. So, dagdag ka lang ng dagdag. Create an Excel report. Ayan. Tsaka pwede kayo mag-assign. Kanino nyo gusto i-assign. I-type nyo lang yung pangalan. For example, Blessy. Oh, excuse me. Blessy. And then, pwede kayo mag-assign ng due date. Optional na. Hindi na kami nag-due date. Kasi sa dami ng to-do list, minsan mahirap na i-track lahat. So, no due date. So, just add the to-do. Yan. So, pwede nyo i-change yung order. I-drag nyo lang tong dito sa left. Gusto nyo ito sa taas. Yan. So, pag natapos nyo yung to-do, i-click nyo lang tong box. Tapos na, punta na siya doon sa baba. Tapos na rin itong to-do, tapos na siya, ganon. So, ganon lang ka-simple ang Basecamp. If mahilig kayo sa mga, computer or cellphone, madali lang talaga gamitin. It's very simple to use. And gusto nyo mag-upload ng files, pwede rin nyo i-drag from the computer itself. Drag yung galing sa desktop, let's say ito. So, ito na lang na file yan. I-drag nyo lang dito. So, siya na mag-upload. So, ganun lang kasimple. Pwede rin kung hindi dito, pwede rin magpili kayo ng file. Cancel mo. Very simple to use Basecamp. There are other tools like Wrike.com, very similar to Basecamp, and also Asana. Sa case namin, usually ginagamit is Basecamp and Asana, pero maganda talaga ang Wrike. Hindi siya masyado ginagamit, pero personally, maganda gid siya. Kung mga personal lang na to-dos. Asana. So, I'll show you Asana next. Asana.com. Right. So free to use din siya. Meron siyang free, meron din siyang paid. Usually, it's the client who will pay for the Asana account. Same sa Basecamp. Kasi may free siya, meron din siyang paid. So, ang client ang magbabayad niya. So, once you have an Asana account, log in lang kayo. And it's very similar to Basecamp. So, sa left side, makikita nyo yung projects. Merong SEO, merong administrative, merong accounts, merong content marketing, merong development. Dito naman sa upper right, mag-change ng clients or change ng project. So, company issue siya, Sigma. So, kaya punta tayo dito sa area na to. Yan. So, mag-update yung sa left, itong sa right side din mag-update. Subcategories, administrative or documentation. So usually, ready-made naman to pag matanggap na kayo ng client. Na nandito na yun dito. So, nandito yung mga to-do list. Mga to-do list nating mga virtual assistant. So, since yung trabaho ko is more on management, okay, halo ako na manager, then minsan nag-work din ako. Pinapagawa ako ng client ng Gantt chart, which ito, dinownload ko lang to sa Google, libre lang din. Tapos pinilapan ko lang. So, i-click nyo lang itong mga tasks. Makikita nyo yung mga details, mga files. Yan. A way of branding the reports, nalagyan daw ng logo. So, yan, i-replyan ko lang siya dito. So, although these tasks here look complicated, that's only because syempre yung work ko is related sa SEO, so medyo specialized siya. Pero kung ang work nyo social media o data entry or virtual assistant, syempre mas simple din yung mga trabaho ninyo. So let me show you an example. Tayo dito sa WooAssist, mga simpler na tasks. Dito na lang. WooCom.co. Meron kaming mga tasks dito na data entry. Raise a hand. Yep. How do we know if it's free or paid? Ang alin? Sarah, ano yung, Mona pala. How do we know if it's free or paid? Which one? Itong Basecamp? Or itong Asana?
Yung sa Asana, sir, na pag mag-create ng account.
Okay. Ang sa Asana, natin. Ang sa Asana kasi, free talaga siya. Magbabayad ka lang pag marami ng mga users. So, tingnan natin yung pricing nila. Similar sa Basecamp, i-click nyo tong pricing. Kung marami ng users sa team, like 5, 10 na kayo kabuo, doon na kailangan magbayad ng client. Yan. So, free siya for teachers and students. Then, itong Asana naman, ang Asana is free to create an account. And the client will just upgrade kung malaki na yung team niya. Mas kailangan niya ng mas maraming team. And, saan ba yung dito? So, maraming task. Sa Asana din pala, if you want to upload a file, Kasi dati nalito kami, paano mag-upload ng file? Nandito lang pala sa taas, oh. Attach. Yan. Attach a file from your computer. So, pipili ka ng file dito. Yan. O pwede rin, i-drag nyo from Windows Explorer, i-drag nyo lang dito to the right. Yan. Ito daw audio ko. 315. Okay na ngayon? I-off ko na lang din itong Asana kasi I think nag-slow down siya. Basecamp. Okay, so try natin. Okay na? Ganyan sa Basecamp nag-start na okay na karon. Maugyapon. Nasa ano ka ba? B315.
Nasa LG ako.
Sige. Try ko mag-transfer ng connection.
Ma-transfer.
Nag-fluctuate ang volume. Okay, ngayon okay na. Mic test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sige, better. Okay. And we also covered Asana. Craigslist, which na-discuss na natin na good siya kasi pwede kayo mag-hire kung kayo yung leader, kayo yung project manager. Pwede kayo mag-hire ng staff dito sa Craigslist. So just go to Craigslist and mag-create kayo ng libre na account, free account. Yeah. So and naka-create ka ng account, pwede na kayo mag-post ng mga jobs. So pag-post nyo ng jobs, maraming mag-a-apply sa inyo all over the Philippines. Diretso yan sa email ninyo yung applications. So doon na kayo mag-coordinate. So tingnan natin na. Try ko lang maka-login kung tama yung password ko. Mali password ko. Anyway, once maka-login kayo sa Craigslist, pwede kayo mag-post ng mga openings para sa company na workan ninyo in the future. And maka-hire kayo ng mga writers, mga graphics designers, mga web developers. So dito sa Craigslist, magawa nyo yan. Lipat ako ulit sa Globe. Wala daw. Nag-fluctuate ang volume. Okay, mic test 1, 2, 3. Okay na?
Mahina din ang net na yun.
Mic test yun. Mahina ang net daw ngayon.
Mga ibang stuff.
Okay na? Mic test, mahugyapon. Sige lang. Mag-record na lang ako ng i-record ko man to. I-send ko sa inyo yung Okay na daw. Okay. So Craigslist is where you can hire more people for your team. So that's Craigslist. Close ko muna to. And you can also use a website called Fiverr. 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 Kung gusto nyo mag-hire, kayo yung project manager, kayo yung leader, hire kayo ng mga workers galing sa Fiverr. What if yung client nyo gusto ng logo, bagong logo design? So, i-type nyo lang logo dito sa Fiverr. Yan. So, maglabas yung results, makita nyo yung mga workers na available. And merong iba nag-charge $50, medyo mahal. May iba na mas mura, $10. Some of them will charge as little as $5. So, hahanapin nyo lang dito. Pipili kayo yan. Ito. They will design a logo for $5. So, whatever your needs are, kailangan mo ng article writer. Type nyo lang articles. So, $5 din. Hanapin nyo lang yung mga mura yan. $5. So, from article writers, graphics designers, pwede nyong i-hire through Fiverr. So, once you're ready to hire, just click, let's say itong $10. Just click it and then, contact nyo lang sila. So, kailangan nyo lang ng gumawa ng account, click join. Pero usually, ang ginagamit namin yung account ng client para yung client ang magbabayad dito sa services. So, just ask for their username and password and then sign in. And then email, magla-login ka using your client's email and password. And pag gusto nyo magkuha ng trabahante, click nyo lang to. Yan. The purpose of Fiverr. Okay, balik na po daw. Sensya na kay ang internet, talaga, mabagal ang internet ngayon. Okay, so ang next naman na website is iwriter.com. iwriter.com. Sa iwriter.com, share kayo ng puros writers. Nawala ng share screen. Tama. Paano mag-share screen ulit? Share screen. Sa iWriter, puros writer ang ma-hire ninyo. Libre gumawa ng account. Okay? Pwede din kayo maging writer. So, libre lang gumawa. And makikita nyo pag login ninyo yung mga projects. Makagawa din kayo ng projects para yung writers ang gumawa. So, very useful kung team leader kayo. And sa Fiverr, makahire kayo ng logo designer, $5 to $10. Book cover designer, $5 to $10. Magawa ng website para sa inyo, pwede rin. Graphics designer, pwede rin. Write articles, pwede rin. So, yan yung mga resources of a leader. Basecamp, Asana, Craigslist, pang-hire natin. And then Fiverr also, pang-hire. iWriter, pang-hire natin ng more writers. And then another tool that we frequently use is Skype. So skype.com, punta lang kayo sa skype.com, and it's a free tool. You can download it. This is where maka-chat tayo. Maka-chat at maka-call sa ating clients for free. So ang Skype it's free to call other people na meron ding Skype. But if you want to call people through their telephones, kailangan mo magbayad. Usually, yung clients ang bumibili ng Skype account para maka-call tayo ng phone number sa US or sa Australia. Okay, so ito yung Skype account. Once you have Skype installed, download nyo lang yung Skype, and once it's installed, yung itsura ng Skype. Okay, so on the left side, yung mga contacts, mga clients natin. And on the right side, pag click nyo sa client, pwede kayo mag-chat with the client. So i-type nyo lang dito anong gusto nyo i-chat dito sa baba, then hit enter. Pwede rin kayo mag-attach ng pictures, ng files dito sa baba. Just click on it and then ka-type kayo dito. And pwede rin kayo mag-call sa Skype using this button here. Itong blue button at the top right corner. So, lipat tayo sa ibang clients. Yan. Let's say, tawagan natin si Bessie. Just click on the call button. Call Skype. Okay. So, yun ang features ng Skype. Pwede rin kayo makashare ng screen ninyo sa client and vice versa. So, just click on call and share screen. So, makikita nyo ng client ninyo ang screen ninyo. Example, may i-demo kayo. May i-demo kayo sa inyong client. Or, pwede rin yung client ang mag-share ng screen nila para mapakita nila ano yung gina-mean nila na website ba nila or ano man. And, let's see. Aside from Skype, of course, we use email. Simple email lang, Yahoo, Gmail. Then, occasionally, the client will provide a company email. So, bibigyan ka ng username at password para may company email ka. Okay. And another tool that we use is the Google Analytics. So, google.com Analytics. Punta ka lang dito, google.com/analytics, and log in ka using your Gmail account. Once nakalagin ka, makikita mo yung mga visitors. Ilan ang visitors? Parang ganito sa sign in muna tayo. Analytics. analytics, mag-log in lang tayo using our Gmail account or the clients. Pwede natin gamitin yung client na account. And once inside, makapili tayo dito sa upper left corner. So click on it and ano man yung website ng client mo. For example, itong website na to. So, pag-click ko nito, lalabas dito, i-click ko ulit, lalabas na naman sa right. So, click, then click. Wala man masyado ding choices. Then, dito lalabas, mag-update pa siya yan. Dito lalabas, ilan yung bumibisita sa website ng client. So, dito 197 people, kumita siya ng $184 in past 7 days. So, yan lang. Very simple lang naman ang analytics. Pwede nyo i-explore yung ibang areas, pero actually ito na yung information na kailangan nila. Okay. And then, if you receive an instruction from your client, mas maganda na replyan natin agad na got this, I will work on this task. Yan. So kahit na hindi nyo pa nasagot, kung may tanong man siya na it takes you a while to answer, sabihin mo lang, got this, I'll get back to you in a bit. So ito yung mga books pala, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So we'll send you a copy of this document. So may link dito. Free to siya na book. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Nandito rin yung Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Free din to siya. And merong mga summaries of mga leadership na books dito sa link na to. So you don't have to read the entire books. Basahin nyo lang yung summary of the principles. And ito din, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People ni Stephen Covey. Ito yung summary niya. And Napoleon Hill, The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. And ito, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Ganda din siya na resource. Ito si Dan Kennedy, it's more on communication techniques, The Ultimate Sales Letter. And John Maxwell, The Laws of Teamwork. So meron siyang mga summaries and excerpts in YouTube and also doon sa links na binigay ko. And I think that's basically it sa how to get bigger clients. In summary, in order to get bigger clients online, it's better to familiarize with yung mga principles na pinag-usapan natin today. To familiarize with the successful people like Brian Tracy, John Maxwell, Dan Kennedy. So familiarize with those. Put them in your resume and then be ready to share the principles during the interview. So that's how you land the bigger clients. Just from those principles alone, mas-set aside ka na you know what you're doing, and mas-set aside ka na you know the principles of leading and managing people. And once you are hired or once you get promoted to leader position, project manager position, then doon mo na i-apply yung na-learn mo na principles from Brian Tracy, from John Maxwell, and those other experts. So, some people who use this, number one, si Ma'am Kate Calibara, gamit niya itong principles na ito, and nilagay niya sa resume niya yung mga pangalan ng mga experts, and as a result, 2 weeks later, promote siya to project manager. And other people, si Ramir Nisnisan, Sir Ramir Nisnisan, na-promote din because of these principles. And also for me, very frequently, pati si Blessy din, usually nakakakuha siya ng mga project management positions because yung resume niya nilagay niya rin yung mga expert na trainings dito. It's also a good idea in your application letter. Now, when you are writing your application letter, syempre, nakatry na kayo gumawa. Hi blank, my name is blank. So, dito yon sa yan, ito yung mga usual na ilalagay nyo. Doon sa dulo, pwede nyo i-mention, I think I am the best candidate because I think I'm the best candidate for this position because I engage in lifelong learning. Tapos ilalagay nyo yung mga experts. I learned from Brian Tracy, John Maxwell. Parang summary lang, hindi kailangan lahat. Maybe just write for Robert Kiyosaki and Stephen R. Covey. Yung nilalagay ko sa end of my application letter. And syempre, yung umpisa, hi, I'm Oliver Villegas. How many years of age are my skills? And then, I think I'm the best candidate for this position. So, ito yung sa application letter. Lang na confident din kayo doon sa principles. I-review nyo yung principles na ma-share nyo siya. Then you can also print those principles, summary of those principles para may ma-share kayo during the interview or the meeting. And then yun, once you start the work, i-apply nyo lang. Gamitin nyo yung mga na-learn ninyo. Yung laws of teamwork, gamitin nyo doon sa trabaho. And so that's the technique that I use and that Leslie uses to land bigger clients online. $700, $2,000 per month kung kayo ang maging leader or maging manager. So, any questions? Anything you'd like to discuss from today or in the past few meetings? Pila ka hours of work ang project manager sa isa ka client? Okay. So, ang work ng project manager is the same lang. Usually 4 hours a day or 8 hours a day. But definitely mas relax siya compared sa kung ikaw yung palagi nagtatrabaho. Kasi ipapasa mo lang man yung trabaho sa other workers. Okay, so other questions? Clients na maximum kaya i-handle. Like si Blessy ngayon, ilan ba clients ni Blessy? Ako, dalawa. Dalawa ang gina-project manage ko ngayon. Then si Blessy, part-time ako ngayon. Kasi tutok ako sa yung bata gani. Sir, can we blog using other writers' article? Can't we be charged under copyright? Suggest ko is use your own words talaga. Pwede ka mag-base sa other articles, pero wag mo kopyahin. Wag mo i-copy-paste. I-rewrite mo siya. Paraphrase. Avoid plagiarism. Then, yes. Okay, so other questions? Copy-paste. kamusta man ang pag-apply ninyo? Mouse point? Hindi usually. Okay, so kung wala naman, pwede na tayo pwede na tayo mag-adjourn. Next class will be Monday, and I think that's the graduation, I think. And we'll have another speaker on Monday, talk about real estate, paano mag-work online using in the real estate industry. And I'll be sending you the videos and a copy of the document as well as some of the trainings that I use through email. So thank you everyone for the training and have a good night. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.